In this video, we're going to go over getting our book ready to get onto the Kindle platform. Now, Kindle has its own guidelines that you have to follow that to get your book on there. Now, these are going to give you the sizes of your images and all kinds of different things that you have to have in your book to get it up there and so it looks right. This changes every once in a while, so I'm going to be going by the current guidelines. However, I'm going to give you a link to this document here, and you can go through it before you go ahead with your book and just make sure nothing has changed. So that way you can basically follow along, and if there's something different, you can just substitute what it says in here, and you'll see that there's all kinds of updates that they've been doing even in the last year. Okay, so having said that, let's go get started formatting our book. In this video, we're going to go over formatting our book. Now, you can use Word, which is preferable. However, if you don't have Word, you can download OpenOffice for free. It's a full suite and it works just as well as Word. It's just a little bit different in the way we do things. So I'm going to be showing you on OpenOffice because not everybody has Word, but everybody can download OpenOffice. So you can get OpenOffice at openoffice.org and just download the OpenOffice version for the system you're using, whether it's Mac or Windows or what have you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do things the easy way. And the easy way is what I'm showing you here is using Word or OpenOffice. Now, the Kindle publishing platform uses CSS. So what that means is you can do the whole thing in HTML, put in style sheets, and there's lots of functionality that you can do if you want to do it that way. But what I'm going to show you is how to get it done the easy way, and that's going to be by using a document and then changing the document so that it complies with what Kindle is expecting. Okay, so we're at OpenOffice here, so I'm going to open a text document. Now, I'm going to bring in a PLR book that I have here, and I'm just going to reformat that. And so if you already have a book that you're working on or that you've completed, you can go ahead and do the formatting of the book, like I'm going to show you here. If you're going to write one, you can do the formatting first. In other words, set your format in here that I'm going to show you how to do after I load in the book. Now let's close this thing. All right, so I'm going to load up my book here that I'm going to convert to a Kindle book. Okay, so double your speed reading. Okay, so this is loaded in here for us, and it comes in whatever format it was set up in the first place. But what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to change it so that it complies with what they want. Now, for your book, you're going to need a marketing cover, which is the outside cover, and an internal cover, which this represents right here. No, I don't like this cover in here. So I'm going to create a new one, and I will show you how you can create a cover to put inside your ebook in a later video. Okay, so I'm just going to backspace over everything here. Now this is weird and on my book here because this is actually a table. It's not actually an image. An image would be a lot easier to delete. So all you would have to do really is click on it. If it was an image, hit the delete key and it's going to go away. And then you might have to hit it again to get rid of the page. But I'll go ahead and delete this table out of here. So in this case, I just got to do table and then delete and table. Okay, so that got rid of that. Now, the next thing you want to do is have a look at your formatting. And specifically, you want to get rid of any headers or footers. Okay, so you see here, I don't have a header, but I do have a footer that the page numbers are showing in. And Kindle does not support page numbers or footers. So we're going to want to take that out of there. So we're going to want to go to Format, and then to Page, and then over to Header, and you'll see that Header On is unchecked, but Footer On is checked. So turn that off and click OK. Now you'll see that our footer is gone. Now that has caused some issues with my document, the way it is spaced out and so on, but that doesn't matter right now. We're going to fix that later. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is put our chapters in here. Now our chapters are going to be already, if you already have it done, then you just highlight it like this, and we're going to mark this as a header. The headers will automatically create your table of contents for you. So all you have to do is identify them as headers. But before we do that, what we want to do is put a page break between each or after each chapter. Okay, so we go to chapter, and then we're going to do insert, and then we're going to do manual break, and it's going to be a page break. Okay, let's just space this out a little better here. Oh. Okay, so make sure that you're right at the top of the page with these. All right, so we're going to go to where this ends. Now, this is all still part of the same chapter. So that chapter ends right here. So insert, and then manual break, and a page break. Okay, and then realign that. Same thing again at the end of it. Insert, manual break, and page break. Now, we're doing it this way so that Kindle will recognize our page breaks. Some people, when they're doing a document, may hit the return key or the enter key to get to the next page, and that won't work in Kindle. So you need to take that kind of thing out and make sure you're using page breaks. So we're doing this so that we can get all our chapters nicely organized. So here, the insert, manual break, page break. So just go through, and if you've already written your book, you're going to have to do that part. If you're writing your book, make sure that after each chapter you just insert a manual break. Okay, so I'll just go, oh, that is the end of it. Okay, so we now have our chapters formatted properly with page breaks. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is label the headings as your chapters. So I've already got formatting on here. So you could format these the way you want first. I'm going to keep the formatting that it has here. So I just have to highlight this, and then I need to turn it into a header. See, it says heading 2 right now. We want to change that to heading 1. Okay, and then you're going to want to change all of your paragraphs or all of your titles of your chapters here to heading 1. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've done all that. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is just go through here and clean up any issues we see with the way the text is lining up. So just go through it a little bit. See if you have some weird spacing going on in it that you don't like, and you can take those kind of things out. Okay, so just clean up the way it looks a little bit if you have any problems there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and format the paragraphs. And we'll get to this in the next video.